Welcome to my channel. I'm Coach Donovan here at About You in Long Island City, home to some of the best athletes in the New York metro area. And today we're going to go over a 6-phase pec warm-up. So if I'm warming up for my bench day or I want to go do a lot of push-ups or something like that, this is an awesome warm-up for that. We have 6 phases. Our first phase is going to be soft tissue work. We're going to foam roll our pec. So I'm going to lie on the ground with the foam roller about 45 degrees from me, so I'm straight ahead. The roller is about 45 degrees. I'm going to roll each side of my pec for about a minute. I'll set up as if I were going to do a front plank with one side of my pec on top of the roller. Depending on how intense I can handle this, I'll either be up in the air for like maximum intensity, or I'll drop my knees down or even my hips down as I roll up and down, rolling that pec. As I roll, I'm going to look for a sweet spot. You'll know it when you feel it. You'll have a sense of discomfort. And then you want to roll just over that portion. You don't always have to roll the entire muscle. After a while, I'll sit on that sweet spot. I'm going to move through the joint. In this case, it's going to look like I'm doing a shoulder press or a lat pull down. Just moving through that joint, trying to create some more space so I can get a deeper stretch at the bottom of my bench or the bottom of my push-up. Hoping to get more effective growth and use out of that muscle during my workout. All right, so I'd roll each side for about a minute, no more than that. That includes the rolling and the moving through the joint. It should be no more than a minute. After I've rolled both sides, I'll move on to a pec stretch. So we're going to do what's referred to as a biphasic pec stretch. Just means that we have 2 phases we're going to run through with our stretch. So the first part of our stretch, I get my arm at about 90 degrees. I'm going to turn away from that arm. I'll just pulse a little bit back and forth for about 30 seconds. This is phase 1 of our biphasic stretch. Just trying to create more and more space. This shouldn't feel very comfortable. Like, you shouldn't feel like you're relaxing, but it shouldn't be too painful. If it's too painful, you might be doing a little too much, even though, again, we're trying to get deeper and deeper into the stretch as we keep pulsing for about 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, we will hold the stretch at the deepest point for about 15 seconds. So that'll be phase 2 of our biphasic stretch versus a little dynamic movement. And then we'll finish with a short static stretch. After that, we're going to go into a little bit of corrective exercise. For today, we're going to do what we call a prone Y to W. So prone just meaning I'm lying face down. I'm going to have my arms up like so. And for about a minute, I'm going to pull and push, pull and push. So we're working our upper back here when we bench, and we are focused on training the chest, but at the same time, I need to focus on my platform and what's going to stabilize the movement. And that's where my back comes into play. So we got to wake up the back too and kind of correct that posture so we can generate the most force through our bench or whatever pec exercise we're choosing to do. Again, we're going to do this for about a minute. All right. After that, we're going to get into some activation. So we're going to do what we call a scap push-up. So it's a push-up where we move through our scapula. We're not going to do a full push-up where we bend the elbows. We're going to keep the arms locked out, drop ourselves between the arms, and then come out from between the arms. So I'm here. We've got 2 sets of 10. We're going to squeeze the shoulder blades, and then we're going to round the shoulder blades, really actively stretching the shoulder blades. So again, we're going to squeeze and then actively stretch them. Squeeze and very intentionally stretch them. All right, we're going to do this for 2 sets of 10. Give yourself minimal rest, maybe up to 20 seconds, and then you'd go again. After that, we'll do 3 sets of eccentric push-ups. So eccentric meaning we're focusing on how we load the muscle. We're going to go down slow and controlled. We're going to do 3 seconds today, but feel free if you need a little bit more stimulus, you'll go down maybe for 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 seconds for each rep. So we do this for 3 sets. of 5, going 3 seconds on the way down. So I get in my push-up position. So I should be in a pretty solid plank because a push-up is just a moving plank. And I'm gonna go down nice and slow for 3, 2, 1, and pop up. 3, 2, 1, and pop up. 3, 2, 1, pop up. 3, 2, 1. Let's hit one more. 3, 2, 1, and pop up. All right, so you would do 3 sets of 5 of these. Again, you can feel free to go a little bit higher as far as how long you take to get down. It'll be a little bit more of a stimulus, but it's also going to be a little bit more fatigue. You know, you should feel warm and ready to work at the end of your warm-up. You shouldn't be exhausted. I'm preparing for what should actually exhaust me. So keep that in mind when you pick up the length of your eccentric. And lastly, we're going to finish off with a little CNS, a little central nervous system, something explosive to prepare us to move those loads. In this case, we're going to do a chest pass. So make sure, first off, that your ball is something that's appropriate to be thrown. Some medicine balls bounce like basketballs. You throw it against the wall, it may hit you in the face. We have slam balls, they don't really bounce. So they're good for this type of an exercise. We would also do these for 3 sets of 5. No more than about 20 seconds of rest between each set. I would sit in an athletic position. Be very explosive, slamming that ball up against the wall for 3 sets of 5. By then, you should be hot, you should be sweaty, you should be ready to train hard. Let's go get it.